Her mother phoned me on a quiet Sunday morning. Her tone was soft, filled with polite curiosity. "Why didn't you go with them on the couple's getaway?" she asked. Couple's getaway. That phrase lodged itself deep in my chest like a stone. I remember staring at the phone long after the call ended, her voice echoing in my mind. The faint trace of my wife's perfume still lingered in the hallway, the same scent she'd told me she bought in Miami. That was the moment everything aligned. She'd said it was a girls' spa trip. I'd smiled and told her, "Have an amazing time." But deep down, I already knew something was wrong. We'd been married for 7 years, a relationship that looked flawless in pictures. The vacations, anniversaries, perfectly staged smiles, all of it suggested happiness. But behind those photos, I knew the version of her no one else saw. The woman who lingered too long on her phone. The one who suddenly started locking it. The one who tensed whenever I entered the room mid-text. I told myself it was work stress, maybe emotional distance. But lies have a rhythm, and hers had started missing beats. Then one night, while she slept with her phone half hidden under her pillow, it buzzed. A notification lit the screen, just long enough to damn her. The name wasn't mine. That was 2 months before Miami. I didn't confront her. I didn't yell or accuse. Instead, I watched. Studied her routines, her spending habits, her language. Every small detail became data, evidence. I began taking screenshots, syncing backups, copying emails. I even mirrored her so-called girls' trip group chat through a quiet little app I'd once developed for cybersecurity clients, a tool that now served a more personal purpose. And then I saw him, her ex. The same man she once claimed she could barely remember. Every secret of their trip unfolded in that chat. The same hotel room, the fake itinerary, the private jokes written like confessions between people who thought no one was watching. So when she said, "I'm heading to Miami for a spa weekend with the girls," I smiled. "Have fun," I told her, even helped her pack. I slipped a new silk robe into her suitcase, the one I'd bought back when we were still happy. That morning, she kissed me goodbye. Her perfume clung to my shirt as I let her go. Her mother's call later that day was unexpected, a wild card, but perfectly timed. When she asked why I wasn't joining the couple's vacation, I stayed silent for a long moment. Then I told her to check her messages. I sent her everything: screenshots, the group chat, the itinerary, the hotel booking. No explanations, no captions, and just truth in raw pixels. 5 minutes later, her mother replied, "I had no idea." Neither did anyone else. Not until that moment. What came next was quiet but decisive. I canceled every one of my wife's credit cards, all tied to my account. Then I called the hotel in Miami, reported the reservation under my card as fraudulent, and they canceled it immediately. She'd find out at check-in. That same afternoon, with my lawyer's help, I filed for divorce, citing infidelity, backed by digital timestamps and evidence. But my final move was the one I saved for her arrival. That night, as she stood in the hotel lobby trying to explain why her room didn't exist, she called me. I answered on the first ring. "What the hell did you do?" she hissed. "Just checking in," I said calmly. "How's the spa trip?" Silence. Then I heard it. That slow, hollow inhale of realization. The sound of someone watching their world collapse. I told her everything. How long I'd known, what I'd seen, what I'd sent to her mother, to my lawyer, and to his wife. Yes, he was married too. Every lie she'd told was now evidence, sitting neatly in inboxes across the city. She broke down crying, begging, but I felt no anger. That emotion had faded weeks ago. "I hope Miami was worth it," I said before ending the call. The next morning, she flew home alone. Her mother refused to speak to her. His wife filed for divorce too. By the time she reached our doorstep, the locks had already been changed. She stood there, suitcase in hand, the silk robe peeking out from the top, the one I'd packed for her myself. For a moment, I almost pitied her. Almost. Through the door, she whispered, "Can we talk?" I didn't reply. I simply slid an envelope beneath the door, divorce papers, signed and ready. Inside, I'd included one final photograph, a screenshot of that group chat. Her last message before the trip read, "He'll never know," but I did. From the very beginning, and that's what made it all poetic. Not the revenge, but the restraint. Letting her weave her own trap, message by message, until my silence became her comfort. They say betrayal changes you. Maybe it does. It teaches patience, precision. She called it a girl's trip. I called it closure. In the end, I think we both got what we wanted, just not in the same way.